kritisch wurde das parlamentarische Trauerspiel in der jüdischen Gemeinschaft aufgenommen. Ich habe das bedauert. Mehr noch, ich halte das für gefährlich. Rassismus und Antisemitismus richten sich immer gegen die Menschenwürde. Im Kampf um Menschenrechte aber hilft uns Parteienkonkurrenz wenig. Miteinander, nicht gegeneinander, sollte daher für alle demokratischen Parteien in dieser Frage gelten, denn die Würde des Menschen ist unantastbar, aller Menschen ausnahmslos. Und ich habe auch Kolleginnen und Kollegen aus meiner eigenen Fraktion, die dann an dieser Stelle auch in die Konfrontation gehen wollten, gesagt, Konfliktpunkte, Streitpunkte zu allen möglichen anderen Themen bleiben uns genug. Lassen wir an dieser Stelle keine Spaltung der Demokratinnen und Demokraten zu. Das heißt, meine politischen Pro-Themen sind Bürgerrechte und Demokratie und meine Anti-Themen sind Rechtsextremismus, Rassismus und Antisemitismus. Und dabei habe ich persönlich einen Grundsatz. Ich will nicht die bessere Antifaschistin sein oder die bessere Freundin von Jüdinnen und Juden, sondern ich strebe breiteste gesellschaftliche Bündnisse in dieser Frage an. Und wir wissen, meine Kolleginnen oder meine Kollegen in dem Fall hier werden das bestätigen, es gibt in Deutschland etliche solcher Bündnisse. Übrigens auch zwischen Jüdinnen und Juden, Araberinnen und Arabern oder Israelis und Palästinensern. Und ich finde, es gehört zu den höchsten Ansprüchen an ein Parlament, solche gesellschaftlichen Initiativen zu fördern. Und ich finde, das ist zugleich das Mindeste, was wir im Kampf auch gegen den latenten Antisemitismus leisten können. Ich danke Ihnen.
Petra, ich bedanke mich für deine sehr interessante Rede. And what was interesting, I thought, was how the Bundestag, on a cross-party basis, has taken an initiative to produce a report on anti-Semitism that then has the authority of the Parliament. And it's an example of what we're trying to do to get our individual parliaments and congresses and national assemblies to take this issue seriously in different ways. And Petra, I thought your initiative and your report was absolutely fascinating. Now let me turn to another dear colleague, also a member of her own Parliament, Fiamma Nierenstein. She's a famous writer and journalist, an expert on Middle East and on anti-Semitism, a university teacher, a writer, and a distinguished Italian parliamentarian. Fiamma, it's over to you now.
Thank you very much, Chair. I apologize because I will not be chairing, as you can see in the program. I was supposed to chair the next group, but I very quickly changed my speech because of the timetable. Very much for having me in your panel. But I'm glad to do that because I love to relate a little bit about what we have been doing in the Italian Parliament and what I think are the most important obstacles on our way. You heard the speech of yesterday night. Minister Frattini gave what was, in my opinion, a very strong speech where he even announced that if Italy will be obliged to do that, that we will retreat our participation. Well, look, this is the results of parliamentarian work. And it's very important to me to underline the fact that we as a parliament presented a motion that commits the government to monitor the Durban process and to take decisions at the end of the preparation by the commissions if to go or not to go. So what Frattini was doing, he was also expressing his personal view, but also implementing a parliamentary work that was voted, and this is another methodological point that I want to underline, a bipartisan work that was done by all the parliament. And what I can tell you is that it was extremely moving to see all the green lights on when we voted all together this revolution that commits the government to do what they are today doing. This is not the only thing we are doing. And I would tell you another methodological point. We don't have extremes in our parliament. We don't have extreme right. We don't have extreme left. And the possibility of working about the issue of Israel and anti-Semitism, which are very closely connected, and that implies, it's very important, also foreign politics. It's a matter of foreign politics today, and not only of human rights. We are able to implement it because we have a very true discussion, a sincere and clear discussion that really puts the subject on the table. If you discuss Gaza, we discuss Gaza. We are not discussing a blood libel that makes Israel immediately guilty of killing children willingly doing that, or that imagine a sort of conspiracy theory where the war in Gaza was done not because Hamas refused the agreement, but because there were the elections in Israel, or because George Bush was finishing his terms. No, we don't discuss these kind of matters because we don't have extremes. We discuss the real matter, and this is extremely important. Wherever you go, put the subject on the table and discuss the real subject. Don't go and discuss the things that do not exist. These things that do not exist are simply a decline and a deviation from a decent political discourse. And this is one of the main tasks of parliaments, to keep the political discourse decent, because a big risk that we are running, and I'm coming to this as a conclusion of my address, is the main problem that we have today, and I will tell you why. Now, let me go back to the Italian Parliament. I'm glad to tell you that while we were founding the Museum of the Holocaust in Rome on one side, and celebrating the 27th of January with the speaker in several different occasions, we were also going, 26 members of the Italian Parliament, to Sderot. So the way we have been moving has always been on a double track. This is also an advice that I feel I can give to my colleague. And when I'm saying this means foreign politics, again, I will bring you an example. When Mr. Ahmadinejad visited the FAO conference in Rome, nobody received him. Not the Prime Minister, not the presidents of the two chambers, not my commission. We all refused to meet Mr. Ahmadinejad. I think that this is extremely meaningful of what a parliament can do. This was a parliamentary decision, and I think it's also a way to indicate the road. We don't accept the reversing of the concept of human rights. We don't accept stereotypes. We don't accept compromises. And we don't accept the reverse of reality as a basis that we accept, that we collect from the front page articles of the media. But we make our own recollections. We invite people to discuss issues in the Commission of Foreign Affairs. We try to do our best in this direction. It doesn't mean that it always works, but I think that this is the way we can try to use, so that we can say to the anti-Semite, forget the use of the institutions, which is something that until today has just been the opposite. The United Nations,